Yo, peace and love, peace and love, chosen ones. I am back with another banger. First and foremost, if you've been enjoying the content down below, subscribe to the channel. Also, give this video a thumbs up and turn on the post notifications. But as always, you know what I'm saying, y'all stay tuned throughout the whole thing because you may catch some gems. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this message. So, family, I want to basically, talk about trials and errors, right? Getting tested before your major blow up, right? Like that major success that's about to hit your life. You're gonna start to experience like a lot of trials and errors, like tests every single day. And these tests are to see like about your reaction, because everything in life is based around like your reaction, how you react to things. Like, when negative things tend to happen, like we tend to try to react in a negative way, and then that causes like more negativity to arise within our life, right? So, whenever you're getting close to something major occurring, like major change, major travel happening, so you're going to move from one place to another. It may be like you're about to move out of your hometown finally to a whole other city, a whole other state, whole other country. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're about to make a whole transition. It's going to be completely different. But in order for that to happen, it's like the universe has to kind of like test you to see, like, are you actually like align with yourself? Are you actually ready to go to that next level? Because sometimes we can easily trick ourselves to think, yeah, we're ready to go, but there's still things that we actually deep down need to heal. A lot of things are trauma, right, that we haven't really healed yet. We kind of like try to kick this stuff under the rug. We never like try to face it, right? So as you're getting closer and closer to like this level up happening, you're going to start to experience like a lot of things. Like, for example, you could be in a car, right, and you could be driving and somebody cut you off, right? Someone cut you off, and it's just like, wow, like it was out of nowhere and your day was going so good, and this person just cuts you off. And then that moment where it's like you just want to honk and road rage, give them the finger, start cussing them out in your car. But think about it like this, like, you got to put yourself in like other people's situations sometimes. Like how I started to look at things like that, if someone cuts me off, it may be because like they may be rushing someone somewhere to get help or something like that, or they may be rushing somewhere to help someone, and they had to do that. They had to make that movement. Like sometimes you have to just think in other people's perspectives and not just yours, and that's how you can kind of like get around those negative situations and make those negative situations into something positive, right? Also, like, you may start to experience like a lot of, it may be negativity that comes from your own family, right? Like for all the chosen ones that's, living in a household right now with like family members, you may start to experience a lot of like trials and errors, like a lot of comments about your the route that you chose, right? And just because they make that comment, you can kind of like, it can kind of make you almost rethink what you're doing sometimes. Like when it catches you off guard, it can kind of make you experience like these feelings that you haven't really experienced before, because like everything has been going smooth in your life, but now like it was time for you to experience those feelings again so that it can arise to the light and you can finally heal it. So once you're actually walking in that light of the lifestyle that you truly desire, things are going to get sometimes like 10 times worse. You're going to have to really make like split decisions, and you're going to have to experience like a lot of these things, but you have to experience them now in order to get to that point, right? Because if you try to handle it at that point, you may lose it all, right? Or you may fold, and a lot of things can really start to happen. And what the universe does, it just like makes you prepared for what's to come. Whenever you get to a certain point in your life, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You could be doing YouTube, you could be really progressing on YouTube at a rapid speed, you could be doing anything, investing in crypto, forex, like have your own business, be really doing it. But it's still gonna be people that make their marks, because you may not be going along the journey that they went in life, right? You may not be doing the same thing that your parents set up for your siblings to do, and like your siblings followed that and they're in the system. They may have like a good paying job, but you understand like you understand that it's much more to life, right? It's much more than a high paying job. Anyone can have a high paying job by going and starting at the ground level and really manifesting the same type of stuff that you would do outside of a job, they're doing inside of a job, to manifest, to get promotions, to get up to that level, right? You're just doing it a bit differently, and people are going to always have their comments, right? And these are like the different trials and errors, right, to see like how you're going to react to something. Because sometimes we tend to react negatively because, you know, it may have been, you know, your folks was saying this at first, and then it goes a period where it kind of goes unnoticed and they're not bothering you about it, and then out of nowhere it's just test. It's like straight up test. Like, for example, within my family, you know, like my nephew came up to me asking, like telling me to basically try to work a job because, like, basically my dad was planting in his head to basically, you know, trying to drill that in, that like that's the route you should go and that you shouldn't be doing basically what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So you can have like own family start to turn against you just because of the route that you're doing. But these are the different trials and errors, like the different tests that you need to happen in order to see like if you're actually ready to go to that next level. Because hey, like even when you're at that next level, you know, people are always going to talk. People are always going to talk no matter what. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is what makes you truly happy, right? You know, it could be a lot of things, right? Just like a lot of tests, like for example, you know, cutting out bad habits, like for example, like smoking weed, right? Like if you're the type to smoke weed, but you know deep down that this thing is the bad habit that is really truly holding you back from progressing to the next level. And truth be told, a lot of people don't like to admit that, but like weed and alcohol, you know, be the factors of holding people back from certain things. Some people will try to cover it up by saying that, you know, it helps them to do something. No, you're just convincing yourself that, because you can convince yourself that, you know, being sober too. And sometimes the universe is telling you that that specific thing isn't in the life that you desire. That's not you. You know, that's just something that you adapted when you was emitting a certain frequency of at a certain time of your life, and you started that habit, and it turned into a bad habit. It turned into an excessive amount, and the universe is literally testing you. And whenever you start feeling at times that you need to cut something out, but you keep falling back on it, that's when you're literally like self-sabotaging yourself. You're holding yourself back, and those are literally the tests that are being like risen to the light for you to see, you know. And sometimes it'll be so easy, it'll be temptation so easy, like, you know, you may stop smoking and then your friends invite you to come over and smoke or something, or to go out for a drink, right? And it's like, wow, like these people ain't even hit you up before on this stuff before, but out of nowhere they started hitting you up. Or you start getting on Snapchat or something like that, and you start seeing everybody's stories about, you know, they're out drinking or they're out smoking. Or you go and you see these music videos of these artists, these music artists, and they're out, like they're smoking and drinking in their videos, and you know, you think it's okay, but truth be told, like those are just tests. Like those are meant to be right there to see if you're going to fold that easily. Because, you know, when you have to stay solid to your word. Like that's something I've really noticed from progressing within my own life. It's like you have to stay true to your word, and as soon as you fall back on your word, like you're not hurting no one else, like you're only hurting yourself. So these are like different things that will start to like occur, right? Like these types of things will start to occur. Like for example, you know, if you know you shouldn't be hanging around with a group of people, right? And you know these people are low-key negative, these people are really toxic, but you know you don't want to experience that loneliness stage. You don't want to experience like being alone because you've never experienced it before, right? So you easily, you know, you always tell yourself like you're going to cut these people out. You start by deleting their number, like unfollowing them on social media. You start doing all these things. But as soon as this person reaches out to you, and you may have seen the true colors of this person, not even trying to talk to you, not even worried about you, but as soon as you cut them out, they show back up in your life just like that. Those are tests from the universe, like to see if you're going to stay solid about your word in order to allow new blessings to swarm your life. What I mean by new blessings is like meeting new people. Sometimes we block off that blessing itself just by trying to self-sabotage ourselves by, you know, hanging around the wrong groups of people still. You know, sometimes you have to just put your foot down on the ground and really, you know, stand on your word and stay true to it, and cut these people out and continue to keep moving with your life, because you're just going to attract better in, you know. But it's like these temptations, these trial and errors that you have to really get through, right? You have to really get through it. And you know what I'm saying? That's what really comes with being like a successful person, right? Like with being in that lifestyle that you truly desire. Like you have to really, you know, self-discipline yourself. It's all about self-discipline. If you don't have self-discipline to do these little things and react the right way, then you're only going to just hold yourself back at that ground level, and you will feel like you're putting in all that work, but just keep taking like 5 steps back and 1 step forward every single time. But as soon as you keep, when you start reacting better at these situations, knowing like, and what I mean by reacting is like, whether it's someone really testing you to see if they can get anger out of you, or someone really testing you trying to come back into your life, or something, whatever test, you know, it's all about reaction. You have to just know in that split decision that you are on the right route, and you got to continue to keep doing the thing that is best for you. If you don't, you're only going to just hold yourself back. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just a messenger coming on here to spread the message to y'all. So I hope y'all could receive this message. I hope this message could resonate with someone out there. If it could, you know what I'm saying, leave down in the comments. Also subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the post notifications. But as always, family, y'all keep taking care, you know, stay healthy out there, keep progressing on your life, and keep going hard. You know, any L's that you take are only going to lead to the blessings. But as always, family, y'all take care. Peace and love.